Hello Leo, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I'll be pulling from, the clarification deck, and the advice deck that I'll be closing out the reading with in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Leo, let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have your hard work is paying off with the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is this energy of feeling a little bit confused, pretty overwhelmed. I feel like overwhelmed is a better word here. And putting a lot of energy or effort into something, but feeling as if you weren't getting anywhere. Like feeling as if maybe you were even ending up further away from your goal, or maybe you felt as if the work you were doing was just in vain. Like it wasn't getting you anywhere. And I feel like this for some reason feels like it's part of your journey, like dealing with a period in your life where you're experiencing this, because in your current energy, you have worked through your fears with the Five of Cups. So you're currently in this energy of disappointment. I feel like things haven't or didn't turn out the way that you expected. And there's this fear that they never will. It's like you have this idea or this vision that you want, and it feels like it's just not happening for you. But I also have learned on just my own personal journey that sometimes it gets a little bit harder right before it happens. So sometimes things are more frustrating and you feel more overwhelmed and lost, like right before things start to shift. And that energy is where actually most people give up. They give up on their goal, they give up on themselves, they give up on the journey, and then obviously it doesn't happen for them because of that. Now, the giving up, I'm not saying is something that I think that you're doing, but just in general, I have learned that things get a little bit harder right before they change for the better. And then in your immediate future, you have expect powerful change with the Temperance card here. So this is like literally saying like, give it time and you will see powerful change. Like your patience will pay off, continuing to come from this place of investing and with faith and with like just this inner knowing that you're on the right path and you're headed in the right direction. You're going to get to where you're trying to go. I mean, the overall theme of the reading literally is culmination of vision. So this is your vision coming to life. This is bringing what's in the 5D down to the 3D. So I don't know. I feel like it's very, it's obviously very, like a very positive reading, but I feel like maybe right now you're not feeling so positive, or maybe right now you feel like that seems, like you've been waiting forever, but nothing has really changed. And I can definitely understand what that's like. So let's start, Leo, with looking at your past energy of your hard work is paying off with the Seven of Cups. What was Leo dealing with in their recent past? Oh, too many. Okay, hang on. Recent past for Leo. I want it, there we go. I want it to like turn around or hit the table. So this devil, the Four of Cups, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, hang on. Let me clarify this devil. There's something that's been holding you back, or that was holding you back. It's this devil energy. It's... hang on, give me just a second. Queen of Pentacles with the Chariot. Okay, so this Queen of Pentacles here, like this Four of Cups, like it feels like this is the idea. This is what you want. You want this stability. You want this certainty. You want the what's in the 5D to come down to the material. Like this idea that you have this vision, right? We've talked a lot about this vision. But it feels like what you're working against is it's like your way or the highway, meaning that you feel as if things have to work out on your timeline, in your way, exactly like you picture, or else they're not going to work out at all. Now, we've all been in that mentality before, so it's completely natural and completely normal. But sometimes when we're so focused on things working out exactly like we have in mind, because they rarely ever go to plan, and things don't go according to plan, we get in our head and we start to say, oh, great, since they didn't work out the way that I thought they would, this must mean that it's not happening at all. And we kind of have a tendency to like catastrophize what's really going on. So, this vision that you have is very probable. Like, I feel like that's a good word for that, like probable, like possible. But the path to get there is looking a little bit different than you expected it to, which isn't a bad thing. It just means that you kind of have to be willing to let go a little bit and go with the flow and let things happen the way that they need to. It doesn't mean that they're not happening. It just means that they're not happening the way that you expected. What else does Leo need to know about this past energy? The Seven of Pentacles. So it's Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is like the perfect representation of this energy. You're investing, but you're not receiving. You're giving, but it's not paying off. And I feel like what you need to know is you literally have your hard work is paying off. So it's not that it's not paying off, it's that you haven't seen the payoff yet. You haven't seen the payoff yet, which I know can be hard when you're stuck in an energy of like hopefulness. It's like the more that things don't work out, the less hopeful you get. And that's when you have to veer away from like the hope into faith, where you're like, okay, things have not worked out like I expected. Things are not going according to plan, but I have faith that this is all working out for my highest good anyway. And when you can do that, when you can lean into that, you actually in those moments, give more momentum to forward movement. All right, what else does Leo need to know about this past energy? There's the Six of Wands in reverse. It's like starting to lose hope that this change is ever going to happen, the new beginning is ever going to happen, that things are ever going to come together the way that you expected. And no one can blame you for this. No one can blame you for losing hope here. But one of the things that I talk a lot about is the difference between hope and faith. Hope is saying, I really hope things work out this one specific way and they go according to my plan and that they happen in this time, in this timeline. And faith is saying, I let go of the who, what, when, where, how, why. I give that over to spirit. I give that over to the universe. And I just know that things are going to work out for my highest good no matter how they unfold. And when we can lean into that faith, like I kind of already mentioned this, but when we lean into that faith, we actually let go of the resistance that might be keeping us on a path that isn't like really meant for us, or it might be keeping us doing things that are actually blocking us. And I'm not saying that you necessarily are, but sometimes when we're when we have these blinders on and we're like, I have to go this way and things have to work out this way, and we see this only with one path forward, there might be another path that's like easier and more abundant that's like waiting for you, but you don't see this path because you're so focused and honed in on how you think things need to go. So no one can blame you for losing hope, okay? Because this is frustrating energy. Like, I will validate that all day long. This is frustrating energy. But it doesn't mean that things aren't working out. It just means that you don't see how yet. Which ultimately, when we start to lose hope, that ultimately comes from this place of, well, now, this fear of it's never going to happen for me. I'm going to be alone forever. I'm never going to have what it is that I want in terms of success. Like, my goals are always going to be out of reach. And you start to, where we actually miss out on creating the opportunities that we're looking for is when we allow that fear to be the driving force of our decisions. So you can experience the fear and the doubt and the frustration and the disappointment and all of that. You have to. It's part of the journey. But what you absolutely must not do is give up. Literally. And I know that sounds so cheesy, it sounds so easy, and it's not easy in practice. But one foot in front of the other will lead you to the culmination of your vision. The path to get there might be a little bit different than you originally had planned. So that was all your past, but I feel like it's also directly affecting your current energy. Like, that's why I feel that this is so frustrating, is you're like, you know, you don't understand, like, I've been dealing with this for so long, or this has been like the story of my life, or whatever the case is. So again, no one blames you for losing hope, but there's more to the story. So let's see. Work through your fears with the 5 of Cups, current energy for Leo. The Knight of Wands in reverse with the 10 of Wands. 9 of Swords. Yeah. I don't feel much change between your past and your present energy. Not that you haven't changed, but maybe like to your circumstances, like things haven't really changed, and I do feel like you've made progress, but I feel like you feel as if your like circumstances aren't reflecting that progress, because it feels heavy. It feels stressful. There's this weight on your shoulders of, am I ever going to get there? Am I ever going to have what I want? Am I ever going to attract what it is that I desire? And the universe is saying it is possible, and it is like more probable than not, but you've got to believe in your ability to create it in order to create it. Like, the universe is saying, don't ask, is it possible? It is possible. So now it's about figuring out how to keep moving forward despite those moments where you feel like it's hopeless. That's actually where the life that we desire is created, is in the moments where our circumstances are pushing us to give up and we don't, or are pushing you to like quit on yourself or to self-sabotage in some way and you don't. A good life isn't created in the big positive moments, okay? It's really easy to be positive and optimistic and have faith when things are going well. But things aren't always going to go well. Life is up and down, things happen. It's a good life is sustainably created in your ability to handle the down moments from a place of faith, because that is where you create your next round of like the up moments, is when you lean in this idea of like, okay, doesn't feel like it, I don't see how, but I know that things are working out for my highest good, and I'm leaning into that faith, and that faith will literally create the future that you're looking for. But I do feel your stress. I do feel it. I empathize with it for sure. Okay, current energy for Leo. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? I mean, you literally have worked through your fears. So the reason that you're so worried and so disappointed is because you fear it is never going to happen. Which again, I don't blame you, but our life can either be a reflection of our faith or a reflection of our fear. Everyone has fear. We all have fear that we can't have more, that we're not good enough, that we're not capable enough, that we'll never be happy or supported or loved, or that, even if we are happy or supported or loved, that everything's going to go away. Like, everyone has fear. But how you choose to show up in your reality, whether you choose to show up with the fear or with the faith, is going to determine the reality that you create. So don't let your fear make your decisions for you right now. Try to let your faith be the driving force of the decisions that you show up with. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? I mean, you're struggling right now here. The King of Wands with the 3 of Swords. I feel like I like this because I feel like you are continuing to take action. I mean, I feel like that's Leo for you, just resilient. Just kind of showing up even when it's hard. And I feel like the more that you're able to do that, the more that you're going to see that it does pay off. And you might be like, I don't see how, right? That's the whole thing of this reading. I don't see how. I don't see how that could be possible. I don't see why things would ever get better. But then you have this expect powerful change in your future. It's like a test of faith. That's what this feels like. A test of faith. But it's not, I often, when I talk about like how the universe tests us, I don't think that it's the universe just throwing things our way and going, figure it out. I think the universe is basically saying, okay, in order for you to get to point B, you have to face these things. You have to grow, you have to evolve, you have to lean on faith. Like, this is what is necessary for you. Have to step into this energy, become the person that you need to be to create these things. And the universe is saying, we are behind you 100%. We want you to succeed. We want you to pass these tests. You have to go through them, but we're here to support you. I don't think it's the universe just saying like, screw you, Leo, good luck. I know sometimes it can feel like that. So I do feel like you are struggling right now. And I feel like it's a tough energy for sure, but I also feel like it's going to be good in the end. Like everything's going to work out for you in the end. Current energy for Leo. What does Leo need to know about their current energy? The Ten of Wands. I mean, okay. I want more than on this Ten of Wands. What is this Ten of Wands talking about? Because this was like this heavy, burdensome energy, just like a constant uphill battle. That's what this feels like. And you're like, am I at the top yet? Have I reached the top? Am I there yet? The Seven of Swords. Okay. It really is. It's like climbing a mountain. This is like, I feel like the epitome of this journey that you're on. It's like climbing a mountain where you know there is a top. Like you know there's a peak to this mountain. You know that there is the result that you want, the success, the change you're looking for. Okay, that's the peak of the mountain. Like it exists. You know it does, right? Every mountain has a peak. But you just have no idea where it is. And it's like you're going up and you're going down. You feel like you've been climbing for forever. And you're like, oh my gosh, where is the freaking peak? Like it just feels like it's been this constant uphill battle. And every time you think you're there, like, oh, this must be it. You're like, oh, you see more mountain to climb. Just know that like there is a peak. Like there is a finish line. There is a destination. You know, when we're dealing with struggle and loss and lack, it's an indication that we're still in the middle of a journey. You are just still in the middle of a journey, Leo. You're just not there yet. It doesn't mean that, and I feel like that's kind of what I'm gathering is Leo's like, are we there yet? Like, are we there yet? We should be there. We've been traveling for hundreds and thousands of years. Like, are we there yet? Well, not actually hundreds of thousands of years. I just feel like that's what it feels like because you've been on this journey for so long. So, you know, I think that it's like, no, you're obviously not there yet, or you wouldn't be in this pain. You wouldn't experience this frustration, but you will be. Like, keep climbing. Like the song "The Climb" by Miley Cyrus. It's like, it's about the climb. Like when you get there, it's gonna be so worth it. Like, at the end of the day, because the climb is always worth it to get to the top. All right, what does Leo need to know moving forward? Expect powerful change with the Temperance. What can Leo expect moving forward? It's like it all pays off. That's been a big theme in this week's or this round of general readings for all signs is like it will pay off. Like you will get there. Just keep going. Like I feel like that's in general like the collective energy right now is just like keep putting one foot in front of the other. Like keep going. I know things are hard. I know things feel probably even harder than they've been. Like just keep going. Just keep swimming. All right, what does Leo need to know moving forward? King of Cups in reverse with the Chariot, Wheel of Fortune. And the Sun. Okay. Okay. This is the peak, all right? The Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, things changing in a positive way. But you're fighting against so much. And what you're fighting against are all of the reasons that you've been taught, and this is what the King of Cups in reverse represents to me, that you've been told or taught that you can't get there, that you're not good enough, that it's not possible. It's like you have this, you're climbing this giant mountain, right? And it's like all of these people, like this whole village of people was basically like, you're crazy for climbing this mountain. Like there's no way you're ever going to get there. You're not strong enough to do that. You're not capable. It's not possible. Only really special people make it to the top of the mountain, and you're not one of those. And it's like you're not just fighting against your own fear and your doubt and your insecurities, you're also fighting against the fear, doubt, and insecurity of other people too. The King of Cups in reverse is really, to me, like the voice in our head of the people that have doubted us in our past or made us feel not good enough or unlovable. So know that when those voices pop up, or when when that mindset pops up, or when those thoughts pop up, it's merely an indication that like you're going in the right direction, because that's the part of you that wants to find safety at the bottom of the mountain, because it's just safer. It's safer there. Even though the bottom of the mountain isn't where you're supposed to be. It's not what makes you happy. It's not like you were meant to climb this mountain. You were meant to make it to the top of this mountain. But there's a part of you that's like, oh, but I'm safer at the bottom. But there's all of this good that can come from this. So don't listen to that voice that's saying like, give up. Like, look how far you have to go. No matter how hard you try, you're never going to get there. Because that voice is literally the part of you that doesn't think you can do it. And that part of you, it needs love and it needs reassurance for sure, because it didn't have that in the past. But it also needs to know that it's incorrect and that it's valid. You're valid in feeling that way because you've been told that. Your experiences have shown you that, but it doesn't mean that it's actually true. So there's a lot more to this than just what's going on outside of you, like in terms of your circumstances, like what's happening on a material level. You have to understand that this is a lot about like an inner battle as well that you're dealing with here. And that ultimately is where we create our reality: as above, so below, as within, so without. So, that's where faith really comes in handy, and not in handy, but where faith really comes into play, is where we really have to, lean on this idea of saying, sure, I doubt myself. I doubt I'll ever get there. These people doubt me. These people have doubted me in the past, but none of that matters, because the only person who knows that I'm capable, the only person that needs to know that I'm capable is me. And then continuing to move forward, knowing that you're capable, lovable, deserving, whatever the case is. All right, what else does Leo need to know? Because you have the Chariot, which is like positive forward movement. What does Leo need to know moving forward? Queen of Swords. Open heart and open mind. You have the Tower. Don't pay attention to how things have fallen apart in the past. Your past is no indication of what your future holds. Have an open heart and open mind of things being different than they've been for you before in a positive way. I feel like, we tend to expect what it is that we've experienced. And when we've experienced things falling apart and failure and loss and lack and all of these things, it's really hard not to expect it, because you're like, why would I expect any different? Like, this is what my reality has shown me. This is what I'm going to expect moving forward. But that's why we never want to become a product of our experience. We want to become a creator of our experience. And, a lot of the things that you've been through have given you the insight and the knowledge and the tools and the awareness and that you have now, and has made you the person that you are now, to give you the strength that you need to be able to climb this freaking mountain. So, try to understand that it's like you've been trained for this. It's like all of your experiences have set you up for this journey that you're on. So be open to the way that things unfold, and be open to the good. Be open to things changing for you in a good way, because I really feel like they are. I do. What does Leo need to know moving forward? Hierophant with the Two of Wands. It's like this whole journey is making you, because to me the Hierophant is like a deeper wisdom, a bigger perspective, a different perspective. Two of Wands is like alignment, path. And I feel like it's almost like everything that you've been through, all of the challenges and the failures and the loss and the separations and the heartbreaks, it's almost like, whether or not you realize that, I know I kind of already said this, but it's all been preparing you and getting you on the right path to this vision that you have in mind. So if things haven't gone according to your plan, just know that they're actually going according to the universe's plan. So things are still like going in the right direction for you, and have been for a really long time. It's just that your experience has been loss, lack, failure, heartbreak, like all those things that we've been talking about, and not the success and the vision that you have in mind. That vision is what all of those things were setting you up for. Like the universe has been training you for this. That's what I basically feel by this, is like the universe through your experiences has been training you so that you can make it to the top of this mountain. And then I feel like it's like, if you keep climbing, Like, keep climbing, and you will make it to the top. You have everything that you need, the tools, the vision, the knowledge, the support. Like, you have everything you need to make it to the top. So just keep climbing, because I feel like it's gonna happen for you sooner than you think. Okay, I'm gonna hop on over to the extended. In the extended, we're gonna really focus on what you can do to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self, because this future energy is, this is always assuming that, Leo, that you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. So extended is what you can do to ensure that. This is more like what you need to know. So thank you so much, Leo, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. Bye, Leo.